Good morning. It is Wednesday, August 12th. We are 90 days out from November 10th. Your DTD2 this week. You are calling your F's and your G's, and you're texting your Y's. Calling F and G, texting Y, DTD2, do the database 2, keeping you on track with the people you could be talking to. I'm not going to say should. It's Wednesday. Not going to should all over you. It's just a recommendation. It's a best practice. We know that it works, and the fascinating part is when you talk to people, and we're about to do this, right? A lot of us will be leaving this Saturday, this Sunday. We're going to San Antonio. It's mega camp. It happens every summer. It's historically in Austin, but they're redoing the Austin Convention Center, so we're going to be at San Antonio at the Riverwalk, I think, for 3 more years after this. So like straight through, carry the 4, divide by. I think 29 will be our last year in San Antonio. I think 2030 we're back in Austin. That being said, we will have conversations with some of our top agents. And I always think of our dear friend, Darlene Caldwell Ellis. She will be at the airport after mega camp, after family reunion. And she's always like, you know what? I just got to get back to basics. Now, why does a mega agent need to get on a plane and get a hotel room and get a conference ticket and go sit with their peers and listen to people speak from stage and share best practices with others over lunch and dinner and breakout sessions, just to have that realization of the thing that you know that they knew before they left? I can't explain it, but it's going to happen for thousands of agents at Keller Williams. They're going to go and they're just going to get a reset button. If you notice, these events are planned out 6 months apart from each other. If you notice, Spring Masterminds is in April. Then, this is the crazy part, it's October is usually Fall Masterminds. So every quarter, Gary's giving you an opportunity to get amongst your peers and sort of hit a reset button. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go to mega camp. I'm not saying that you have to go to family or spring or fall masterminds or any other event that's put on by Keller Williams Realty International or even KWCLM. You could very well be on your way to a great and fantastical career by just leaning into doing the right things and, maybe garnering some guidance from the market center and from the things that are taught at Keller Williams. What I do know is you can absolutely benefit from making these trips and doing these things. Or maybe just this message today is enough to remind you that it's about back to basics. It's about doing the things that we feel are too elementary. Like, well, I should be doing something more complex. I'm in my 2nd, 3rd, 9th year. I should be doing something more difficult. I don't begrudge you that. And Mark King said it a handful of years ago. What is it that we used to do that worked so well that we just stopped doing it? And it's not that you can't move on to do other more complex things, but someone in your business needs to be doing the thing that got you to where you are. Ronald McDonald and the Burger King and Wendy are not making the fries anymore. They've moved past that, but somebody at that restaurant is still making fries because fries are foundational to the success of the restaurant. Yes, I'm using a food analogy. It's what the fat kids do. My point is we can't be beyond what put us where we are. You can leverage yourself out of it, and we damn well better know how to do it. I quite often use the analogy of the restaurant and everyone who wants to earn their way to the clean jacket with your name embroidered on the left panel. Be the executive chef, roaming the dining room, checking on people's wine and their skirt steak and how's their lobster. But when the sous chef in your business comes to you and says, I could use some help making a side salad. I don't want you to be the person in charge of the restaurant that doesn't know how to do that because you feel it's beneath you. That's how business owners lose their way. So as you're getting started, yeah, you're gonna fumble through your contracts. You're gonna put them together as you learn how to do it. But at some point, that doesn't become your highest and best use anymore. And the irony is, and I remember having this conversation years ago with a great maps coach. We were walking into Mega Camp. This is a handful of years ago. And they were having the realization they had been talking to one of their clients, and their client was talking about their frustration in their little pocket of our country, wherever this agent was that was talking to the maps coach. And they said, yeah, Tim, that the agent shared with me, they were just really challenged by the fact that they had this ISA and they were good on the phones, but they were not knocking it out of the park. And what the maps coach told his client, and what I think is really important, is historically in the pathway of becoming an agent, an ISA is somebody who's growing into the business. Sometimes it's somebody who's locked and loaded and they realize they just love to do that. We have a couple of very talented ISAs amongst us here at KWCLM. And the two that I'm thinking of the top of my head, they could make any phone call, any scenario that you threw at them, they would excel. But if you're having the ISA who's cutting their teeth and getting good at being on the phones, they're not going to dominate the phone call the way you and I would. So the maps coach in the moment told the mega agent, you should be making that most difficult call. And the velocity and the frequency of the layup calls of the, hey, welcome to us. We got your information. I'm introducing myself as a member of the team. Here's the team. How may we serve you? Those can tee up much more conversations than having somebody with the lowest level of experience try to make that really arduous phone call. So there are things that may never leave your plate because you will be the best person in your universe for the task. But as Gary says, and this is advice he shares with everyone, top to bottom, from the agent that's joining our company today all the way up to the owner, Nathan Dickey, working on your business is never more important than going to get new business. So who will you talk to today? And that's why we lay out every morning and talk about 90 days out is November 10th. Today's activities will be November 10th realities, from kitchen table to closing table. So calling the F's and the G's and texting the Y's is paramount. It's a Wednesday. We've got commercial contracts coming up. Breakthrough Club, your chance to do the lead gen is right there in front of you. Also, if you're licensed in any of these states or you practice commercial real estate, we've got commercial contracts at 9 o'clock here in Portsmouth and on KellerTV.com. 10 o'clock, we go to main contracts here in Portsmouth and on KellerTV.com. At 11 o'clock, of course, New Hampshire contracts here in Portsmouth and on KellerTV.com. We took a little bit of a break at the noon time. Join me for Midday Protocol, where we talk about our results from our lead generation. And then just a half an hour after that, here in person in Portsmouth with our dear friend Marcus Katkin, we'll be doing roadmaps. Roadmaps stand for Mega Agent presentations or Mega Agent panels. And this is a Mega Agent presentation. He's going to be talking about his listing presentation. Marcus Katkin, 1 o'clock today in person in Portsmouth, doing his listing presentation. And then this afternoon, 5 o'clock, we did it last year. This is our second annual Summer Swing Fling. Join us at the Oaks in Somersworth. We have the pavilion to ourselves for the evening from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. You can just come hang out, enjoy some apps. We've got drink tickets for everybody, so you can have a cocktini and enjoy yourself, spend some time with your fellow agents. And if you swing clubs, we've got all 9 top tracer bays reserved for us. We'll do a long drive competition. I don't know, probably somewhere around the 8 o'clock hour before we wrap up. We'll do men's and ladies long drive. I think last year, our dear friend Jacob hit a 309 last year, I think. I know I've got some people telling me that they can go much further than that, so we're excited for that. Somebody's going to hit 300 and something tonight. So men's and ladies long drive competition, that'll take place toward the end of the evening. But join us, 5 to 9, Summersworth at the Oaks, the Pavilion. We've got the patio. There's a food truck. We'll have apps. We've got the bar. It'll be a great time before we head off to Mega Chicken next week. I will see you in and around the Market Center. If I can help with anything, getting your head right about that very basic task that we have gotten away from because we feel like maybe we don't need to do that anymore, yet we know that it's going to be the linchpin on which our business swings. We can have that conversation. 603-834-2856. You can also book my face at meetwithcoach.com. We are absolutely honored to be in business with you, and we want nothing but your success. So meet us halfway so we can be part of it with you. Take care.